Yomi no Tsugai, or Demons of the Shadow Realm, is the next battle manga after Fullmetal Alchemist by the same creator. I've read enough of the manga to tell you that it is not good. Regardless of how good you think FMA is, I can almost guarantee you, Yomi doesn't even come close to touching the standards set by its predecessor. My first and biggest criticism is that the sense of danger and tension in this story is written horribly. You'd have to try in order to eliminate the danger like this story did. In the first chapter, Yuru, the main character, is living in this village when it is suddenly attacked by the main antagonists, the Kagemori family. Asa and Gabby are important characters in this enemy group, and they just mercilessly slaughter the villagers, including Yuru's fake sister, who he believed was real. Yuru fights them with the intent to kill them before their battle is interrupted. It would be natural to assume that these are the main antagonists of the story, right? They showed up and massacred villagers with the intent of killing everyone except Yuru. Well, you'd be wrong, because a couple chapters later, Yuru is all buddy-buddy with these hooligans. But before we get there, Chapter 1 already had some silly bathos moments with the two current antagonists. Then Chapter 2 brought in Jean, and all three of them have a goofy jovial scene together, despite just being established as the villains. Giving the villains a funny moment right after a scene that shows how dangerous they are creates tonal whiplash. The author gave them this goofy scene because she knew they'd become Yuru's allies. They're supposed to be relatable or likable, but that clashes with Chapter 1, setting them up as murderous villains. In Chapter 4, we see more of the Kagemori family, and they're just chilling and cracking jokes, and not in an evil way. Chapter 4 starts round 2 of Yuru versus the Kagemori family. When he sees them, he has a flashback of the dead villagers and it angers him, causing him to attack. And then when Yuru puts a knife to Jean's neck, and the latter admits to being in charge of the massacre, Yuru gets pissed. So we're supposed to see the attack on the village as a tragic moment, like the Uchiha massacre or the fall of Walmaria, but for some reason, the story keeps showing these people who caused this traumatic incident as regular, relatable people. There's also comedy in this scene. Then in Chapter 5, Yuru goes to the Kagemori's house, which is essentially the end of the Kagemori family being villains. There's a lot more goofiness with Yuru and Asa, and then they're attacked by a new party, resulting in Yuru working together with the family. It is as if the story can't decide whether it wants intimidating villains or cozy characters. You can't have it both ways, and Yomi's attempt to do the impossible results in a lack of danger and tension. I almost never fear for the characters' lives, and the emotional moments don't land properly. Chapter 12 has a similar example. Towards the end, two Tsugai appear and violently kill some defenseless characters. Then they try to kill Yuru and Ryu, the main characters. This is the most dangerous fight so far, yet there's still misplaced comedy in it. They finally defeat the deadly Tsugai in Chapter 14 and find the master, Tadera Ken. Right off the bat, he's comedically cowardly, and then Ryu basically adopts him because he's his half-brother. This reduces the impact of the deadly Tsugais that were just defeated. Chapter 15 reveals that although Ken was their master, he couldn't control them and tried to keep them away from others. That's not bad when compared to what happened with the Kagemori family, but the comedy during the serious fight still existed. The comedy throughout this manga really damages the dramatic tension. Not only is the comedy not funny, it's executed at the wrong time. Fullmetal Alchemist had this problem too, but I don't think it was this bad. If I can't feel any dramatic tension from an action story that's supposed to be dramatic, then I can't get invested. Chapter 15 was one of the last chapters back when I was reading it, but because of these problems, I decided to drop it. I saw no potential for growth. Even if this problem was removed, the story still doesn't have much to offer. As a battle manga, the battles are underwhelming. The magic system is one of the weakest I've ever seen. It's like Stands, but with none of the creativity and strategy. It's closer to Pokemon. The characters aren't interesting or entertaining. The plot has none of the intricate writing and planning that FMA had. The themes barely exist and aren't executed well when they do. Now FMA took some time to get good, but Chapter 15 was where Hughes died. Arcs like Shotucker and Fifth Laboratory showed potential for growth. The magic system was interesting, and so was the idea of the Philosopher's Stone. The hunt for it gave the plot an engine, and the antagonists were menacing. They just killed Hughes after all. In conclusion, the misplaced comedy and the incompatibility of making the villains menacing and friendly/relatable are the main factors that eliminate dramatic tension from the story. But even without that drawback, the battle manga just isn't that interesting, especially when compared to its predecessor, Fullmetal Alchemist. Maybe Yomi no Tsugai gets much better. I highly doubt that, but I won't stick around to find out.